Hello, my name is Thomas Vogel, and I want to welcome you to my new woodworking channel on YouTube called Tozai Design. And it is here where I will hope to entertain and educate you about Japanese woodworking and design, working in two specific styles, one called Edo Sashimono, represented by this as yet to be completed shelf, and another one called Kumiko Zaiku, which you'll see here in a bit. I bring a lot of woodworking experience to these projects. I've been a cabinet maker for 26 years. Not quite half of my life, but approaching it. And I'm truly obsessed with particularly the Edo Sashimono at the moment. I no formal training in it. Everything I've pretty much learned from YouTube. 80% of it on YouTube anyway. There's a fascinating amount of footage on YouTube, which I'll share with you at some point. I've spent a lot of time working out how to do all this. A lot of time. The last 7 years have spent pretty much almost all of my personal time has been spent in a garage shop like this. I'm coming to you from a little teeny garage shop that actually my truck wouldn't even fit in. But I've turned it into a wood shop. And I'm going to show you how to do stuff like this in a maybe a little better than averagely equipped home workshop. I mean, you really need a really good table saw, and you need a jointer. You can the DeWalt lunchbox planer works beautifully, fine for this kind of work. So let me show you some of the stuff I'm going to do. So just to give you a brief introduction to my style, to Edo Sash. This particular piece represents Edo Sashimono pretty well. I would call it the Chikai Dana shelf, or Usukasumi Dana shelf. I mean, Dana means shelf, so I'm being redundant. But Usukasumi Dana, or the Chigai, represents this. Chigai meaning different layers of levels of shelves, and the Usukasumi Dana representing thin mist shelf or even cloud shelf. My wife is Japanese, speaks it fluently, and kind of has no idea. It's a fairly obscure architectural term. Pretty good stuff though. This one is actually put together entirely with what's called the Rosoku Hozo joint. Rosoku meaning candle, and Hozo meaning joint. And so all these go in here. This one actually is not fitted, but it was a sample. I was working out the size and how to do it. There's wedge tin end is up here, so that doesn't exactly the Rosoku Hozo, but you're going to see this pretty soon. I have to make the shelves. Actually, the blue tape is I'm getting ready to glue it up. Probably be one of the next videos. I also do a cherry box. I do a style of box. This is Sashimono, rounded on the inside, rounded on the outside. There's blind miter dovetails all in there. Little teeny ones here, little bigger ones here. When you make it from one stick of wood, the grain flows all the way around. It's really quite an attractive box. In fact, I have a sister one to that, and I'll show you one of these videos with where the dovetails, the blind miter dovetails. I do a little coffered box here with trays in it. I like trays. I got a couple things with trays in it. And then, actually, my favorite piece is this. My wife calls it the Hexie Box. She completely inspired this. I call it the Hexagon Box. Not very original at the moment, but I'm still working out the size. I think it's pretty tight. I imagine this is a jewelry box. And my favorite part is here. That slides down on a column of air. That's all pretty much Edo Sashimono. And I also do another style called Kumiko Zaiku. I hope this is all framed well. This is the Asano Ha pattern, which is the hemp leaf, which is very important in Japanese industry. It was very important in Japanese industry early on, from an early time. This one is made by making a frame. This is called the Jigumi. Right, you can see actually that's that size. I make this frame, I infill it with all the pieces I'm going to do. This is the Sakura Pattern I think this is the first one I ever did, so I was practicing. Saw off the ears, saw this off square, put a Seikeko on it, put it in a frame, call it an andon lantern. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to do. This is just a tidbit. There's more, but for now, I don't want to get too long. That is but a small portion of what I actually have to share with you. But I thought it'd be a good start. I don't want to get too long. This could be... Who wants to watch like insanely long YouTube videos? So in addition to this show, I'm hoping to do a video a week. That may be ambitious as I'm just starting it, just learning how to use the software. But I'm going to try and do a video a week. It's probably not a long one. I can maybe do that. So on top of that video a week, I'm going to do some really complex builds, multiple episode builds. This, as I said, will be glued up here soon. I'm hoping to do that this weekend, actually. Get that glued up and get the drawers made. Knock on wood. But I think I can do that this weekend, if it doesn't take too long to video it. I'm going to talk about working in a small shop. I'm going to talk about shop tools. I'm going to talk about hand tools. I'll talk about power tools a bit. I don't use a whole lot of power tools on these, except for, the drill and the stationary machines. But I'll talk about technique. I'll talk about jigs, methods of building jigs. Obviously, there is a lot of really good stuff on YouTube, and I'll try not to be redundant. But as I said, I think I have a lot to bring to the table, and I hope you find it interesting. Because I actually think I'm going to find it interesting telling you. So, anyways, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, okay, all right, I forgot. And we're going to talk about the Japanese hand plane, the hiragana, and it is in its amazingness as a tool. But we'll get to that later. Thanks. See you soon.